Okay guys, so what we're doing right now, you can see, is the steering assembly right here. We already went over how to do these rods, so I went ahead and did it, but here's a note that you have to make. One of these sides goes up, so this is the right side, so this inner goes up, and this outer goes down on these little rod ends here. And then same thing on this side, it's just kind of reversed, and you want them angled towards the rear of the truck. So the front would be this way, going out this way. And all this stuff, I mean, it's really detailed in here, but basically, you know, it tells you to put the spring on and then screw this down, you know, all the way, and then back it off 3 full turns. And it's kind of idiot proof because of how this thing's shaped. And then you just put your bearings in here. Now this little linkage thing right here gets a bearing in the top and bottom, and it's basically the other side to this right here. So what we're going to do right now, and I'm going to go over it with you, is we're going to take this little guy, and he's going to come up through the bottom. Right, like that. Sorry, I'm trying to film and do this with one hand. So it's going to come up through the bottom like that, and it's threaded. And then you're going to take your little screw, which is the TKR1403. This little guy. Going to get some thread lock on it, and then that little thing you put through there is threaded, so you just thread it through and tighten it down. So I'm going to do that right now. Screw, thread lock, there you go, and then put it through. Tighten her down. So this is going to be, the truck's going to face forward. Another thing to note is how this thing's kind of crowned like that. You want that towards the front of the truck. So this is how it's going to sit in the truck if the truck is facing this way. I like that. And now we're just going to go ahead and pop our bearings in this side, right over here. And then it tells you to put the rods on, and there's 3 holes here. It says the stock one is the back or the third hole towards you. So you're going to take your longer screw, you're going to put it through the back one, and then it gets 4 of these little tiny washers that are included. You go ahead and put those on, and then you take your rod with the flat side up, put it up towards there, and then take your nut and put it on, just like that. So we're going to tighten this guy down, we're going to do the other side, and then we'll be right back. Alright guys, so we got the rods on, and it's all put together. This is, it looks difficult when you're looking at it on here, but trust me, it is really, really simple. Just go through your steps, read the manual, read all the notes and everything, and it actually comes together like really simple. It's really simple. Alright guys, so this is going to be the front bumper assembly and putting the steering linkage on the front end here. You take this piece here, it's like this, and it's going to sit on this guy like this, just like that. But to get to there, we need some screws and stuff. Cool looking things. And we're going to shove them up through the bottom of this on both sides, making sure this smooth part is up. because this has like a flattened edge, I'm guessing to help you tighten stuff. So those through, this on top. PKR 1443s. So which ones are those? 1443 should be 5 of them. So we're going to take 2 of these guys. There's 3 more left. Now, of course, since it's going into those metal things, we're going to thread lock. Just double check that it doesn't get anything else. Yep, that's it. So I'm just gonna snug this up for now. I'm not gonna torque it down until I get this one put in. But that thread lock, generous thread lock. Apparently. Now, doing steering stuff is, I wouldn't say it's hard, it's just more like, you know, all the components move and everything, so it just kind of makes it like grr, you know, but it's not bad at all. It's more intimidating looking than anything. Go ahead and give both of these a crank. Right on. So there we go, guys. There's the top piece. And keep in mind, it goes this way because we're going to put 2 screws through this into these holes. I don't think you guys need to watch that, so we'll be right back. Alright guys, so that's bolted on. Now basically what we're going to do is connect the steering links to the steering blocks. So you're going to use this longer screw. It calls for it to come up through the bottom. So we'll get it up to the bottom of the steering block. Then it calls for 4 of these little tiny washers. So we'll count out 4. And they want it in between the steering rod ball end and the actual steering block, and then you just put your nut on like that. So it looks like a 2.5. So we'll kind of see if we can get this in here. Yep. And then take our T-wrench and crank it down. And there you go. That side's done. We'll do the other side, and we'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty excited right now. We're busting out the chassis here, the main chassis plate. So basically, it calls for the TKR1344, which is this little chassis brace thing here, and it wants you to put it on the chassis. And then we're going to bolt the whole front section to the chassis. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just do this on camera because I'm so excited. Oh, wrong one. Now, this is plastic, so you don't need thread lock. Just got to bolt it on. So, people, check it out. Look at that. Okay, so what we're going to do is make sure the flat sides are horizontal with these guys. Alright guys, so I just put the screw in the brace right here, but we're going to have to put the bumper on right now so that we can get this thing done up. Alright guys, so we got the front bumper put on just by that front little screw. We'll put in the two other screws here in 1 second. But yeah, now we're just going to line these up. If you ever wondering about this build, like the screws or whatever, the sheet over here is life size. So if you just set it on there and it looks right, then it is right. So just going to thread this one in. I'll do the rest off camera. But just thread it in. And remember, on the screws, these screws are going into plastic, so they don't need thread lock. But remember the screws that are going into the bottom of your steering. There we go. These two right here are going to need thread lock. And just make sure everything's lined up in there, just like that. I'm going to go ahead and put these ones in on camera for you guys so that you can see what I'm talking about. Wow. There we go. So I'll just do this one for you guys, but short little screw, dab a thread lock on it, and I just made sure they were all lined up. So now I'm just going to put that in, give it a nice crank, and there you go guys. Sweet, 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 man. I am so pumped on this thing. Well, I'm going to go ahead and tighten all this down, and we'll be right back. Alright guys, the front end is all on and all together. Look at that. That is sweet. Now, the stuff I didn't show you is just really simple, stupid stuff, like putting these two screws in, you know, putting the rest of these 6 screws in right here. But I showed you the basics. It's really easy. I'm telling you, this manual, like this instruction manual, is just awesome. So now what we're going to do is open bag K, and we're going to put the center diff in this thing with the front drive shaft. So let's get to it. Okay guys, so we're going to put the center diff in it. We got all the parts laid out right here. Basically, we're going to start with this, you know, and then just put it all together. Super easy. And like I said, this right here, see, it's calling for the 1522 screws. Check this out. If you're not sure, boom, it's the life size. So just read this thing. I'm gonna put this together. It looks crazy easy. There's just a couple of moving parts, so I want to put this together and then show you guys what it looks like. Alright guys, I wanted to show you this part up close. Now, here's your little motor mount slash center diff mount. Now this piece is all plastic, and it goes together really easily. So, you know, it doesn't need any thread lock, but I wanted to show you guys and make sure, you know, you want to thread lock these ones because this part is aluminum. So, basically what you can do also, instead of putting it on the actual bolt, is just spray some in the hole, like that. And then when it goes down through it, it will pick it up in the threads and work the same way. So a part on, and same thing in the bottom. We'll spray a little bit in the hole, put the screw in there. And thread it in. That's your center diff assembly done. Ready to be put in the truck. Alright guys, so basically just put the center diff on and connected the rear. I hope you guys aren't too upset that I skip putting this on. But if you put the front end on, the rear end is a breeze. Literally 4 bolts through the bottom of the chassis, plus the one for this little chassis brace. But look at this cute little rear drive shaft. Look at it. It's so tiny. But yeah. If everything you did up to this point, so if everything you did up to this point was correct, you just got to throw those four screws in. Just make sure you line up that rectangle right there in the chassis, and then yeah, everything just lines up. Slide the center drive shaft in, slip it on, and everything should bolt together just perfectly. But that's going to be the end of the third build video. Yeah, I am super pumped about this. I can't wait to shock assembly is next. So we'll do one shot. We'll do one shock on camera, and then I'll do the other 3 off camera. But I'll show you guys exactly how to do it. I am pumped on this thing, you guys. It is crazy awesome looking. So that's going to do it for this build video. This is the Tekno MT410. Getting there. Like, subscribe, thumbs up if you like this video, thumbs down if you didn't. And look at the description below. I got my forum up and running. I'm so busy right now, I'm not on there a whole bunch. But you guys can register or just go on there and post your stuff. Unfortunately, the mobile part of it is just kind of like a quick thing. You can post comments and stuff, but you can't upload pictures and stuff like that. You have to actually be on a desktop or a laptop, and then it's really easy to upload your photos and everything, and your build videos even if you want. But yeah, stay tuned. We got a lot more coming at you. I got more RCs to first look, and I've got 2 right now that I need to do videos for. I got a bunch of review videos I need to get done. Just been crazy busy. I want to get this done, and yeah, big things for Killer Off-Road Hobbies this year. Thank you guys so much, and we'll see you next time. Peace out, guys.